another guy. He headbutts him. Then the referee doesn't send the guys to a neutral corner. Lets, after he headbutts Mayweather in the face, lets him approach him and hug him and everything else. Like, that's the last thing Mayweather wants, is him in his face after he just headbutted him. He lets him approach him and do that stuff. Then, he doesn't send the guy to a neutral corner. Everything's in chaos and confusion. The guy doesn't even know. An intentional foul, you take 2 points, not 1, right? What you're supposed to do is you send the guy to a neutral corner, you have the doctor come in and check Mayweather, see if he's okay to continue, and let's assume he is. If Mayweather says yes, I can continue, the doctor says yes. So the ref goes to the center of the ring and says, I'm taking 2 points, I'm taking 2 points. Then he walks to Ortiz and says, that's 2 points, if you do it again, you're going to be disqualified. Then go back to the center of the ring and say, okay, let's fight. He didn't do any of that. And then after the fight, he says, let's go. I guess he said it 3 times, let's go. And Ortiz comes to hug him again after he's already said sorry 50 times, and Floyd hit him, and the fight was on. It's easy to hate Floyd Mayweather. It's just easy to hate him, and everybody wants to hate him. First of all, Ortiz was dirty in what he did. Nothing dirtier than a headbutt, and everybody in boxing knows that. And Ortiz blew a multi-million-dollar fight. That fight should have been able to go on. A ref is in there to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen. Boxers are in there, they're ready to fight. Mayweather was strangling him at the friggin' weigh-ins, and nobody stepped in and did anything. So this thing started way before officiating was the reason that this whole thing went the way that it did. And it's like these things are like they use them like badges of honor. This is Cortez's 130th fight. Well, if you've refereed 130 fights, you might be too damn old to be refereeing fights. I want to hear that the guy's had 8 professional fights that he's doing. The guy's probably 32 years old, is a little nervous to be in there, wants to do things right. And how do you referee that many fights and not know the rules?
When you look at the stakes of the fight, obviously, on November 12th, does it amp up the need for better refereeing?
Yes, and plus, and again, it's easy to hate Floyd Mayweather. Me and Floyd have had our run-ins and had stuff to say, but you can't blame Floyd for this thing. The guy's fighting for all these huge paydays, and you got this kid headbutting him in the face, and the referee isn't even doing his job. It was disgusting. Again, officiating destroys a multi-million-dollar fight, and that's the thing that drives me crazy. The same guys that officiate boxing are officiating MMA. And it's funny because they're the guys that are supposed to be telling us to clean it up and to do this and that. We're actually telling them, come on, your referees are destroying not only fights, but guys' careers, their next paydays, and the list goes on and on and on. And there needs to be a system where a commission actually goes back and reviews and says, there's nothing wrong with saying we made a mistake. Our guy made a mistake, now we need to go in and fix it. Yeah, like Pennsylvania did, exactly. The officiating is, this would be a great opportunity for me to step up on the soapbox and go, boxing shot itself in the foot again, and look what these guys did. It had nothing to do with boxing. It had nothing to do with the sport of boxing. It had to do with the officiating that night. Joe Cortez blew a multi-million-dollar fight. And let me tell you what, think about my position now. I'm about to go on Fox November 12th, right, for our first big MMA event on free TV. I don't want some referee that doesn't know what he's doing blowing my big night on Fox.
Who's calling that fight? Herb or Big John?
I don't know. I hope it's Herb Dean. I think Herb Dean's the best referee in the business. Now I won't get Herb Dean because I said that. You know what I mean? So.